But first, former Australian soccer player Craig Foster is urging our country to vote to expel Israel from international football. Before I give you my thoughts, and I've got some, have a listen to my former boss at 2GB, Ray Hadley's.
He's up here listed as a human rights activist, right? So at the moment, he's ripping into Israel about human rights. Well, a number of listeners who know a lot more about soccer than me have pointed to a number of teams who are part of FIFA. And let me tell you who he's not talking about, Craig Foster. He's not talking about Iran, where they kill homosexuals and put women down the bottom of the rung. Syria, where they do likewise. Russia, which is, of course, at the moment, trying to destroy a nation, an adjoining nation. China, where if you are a dissenter, like a young woman recently over Wuhan, you get put in jail and you never get heard of again. Human rights. Afghanistan, where they beat homosexuals to death. And, of course, if a woman dare take a burqa off, she's flogged or put to death or stoned. If she dare to have a relationship outside of marriage, similar result. But perhaps the best one of all, Craig, who's a member of FIFA, is North Korea. North Korea. Old mate Kim Jong-un. The respected comrade, Kim Jong-un. I haven't heard you say a word about Kim Jong-un. I mean, fair dinkum. Craig, pull your head in, mate. They're looking for wood.
I mean, you shouldn't laugh because it's very serious stuff. Now, the human rights activist, who has actually done some really impressive work, to be fair, over the years, has missed the mark here in a big way. And not just because of the cherry picking that Ray Hadley just pointed out. Now, remember when he advocated aggressively for the release of the Bahrainian footballer Hakeem Al-Araibi from a Thai jail?
Your wife sends some love. Hakeem, Australia is with you, buddy.
In 2019, Hakeem was convicted in absentia and sentenced to 10 years jail for allegedly damaging a police station in his home country back in 2012. He's always denied the charge, his innocence seemingly backed up by the fact he was playing in a televised soccer match at the time. He fled Bahrain whilst on bail and sought refugee status in Australia. It was granted. He and his wife were arrested when they went on holiday to Thailand. Enter Craig Foster.
I've said all along, this is completely apolitical. The human rights of a young man being breached is a matter for all of us that we should all be concerned about. So it doesn't matter which party you're from or what you believe in. You should just believe in justice like all of us.
Absolutely. Well said. I agree with you. Does that include Jews? Craig campaigned tirelessly for the young footballer's release and succeeded. So let's fast forward a few years to October 7th. When Israel was invaded by evil terrorists and over 1,000 men, women and children, innocent, were raped, killed and worse. Yes, Hamas manages to inflict a fate worse than death, and that's not easy to do. They also still have over 130 hostages, including women and babies. That's if they're still alive. So where is the campaign to free them? Foster has an incredible following and can seemingly pull off the impossible. He's got a lot of influence. Now, war is horrific. Anyone not sickened by it is, well, sick. The vast majority of us are horrified by the suffering of innocents on all sides. But let's not forget how this started. Let's not forget who attacked who. And let's not forget those innocent, desperate, afraid Israeli souls still held captive, who could sure use some of Craig's expertise in seeking freedom for those unjustly held.